Russ, you ready? All right, we're going to begin. I would like to call the Town of Warwick's reorganizational meeting for January 2nd to order. If you'd all please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Will the clerk please call roll?
Supervisor Dwyer?
Here.
Councilman Cole?
Here.
Councilman D'Angelo?
Here.
Councilman Manley? Here. Councilman Schubach? Here.
Thank you. I'm going to begin the reorganizational meeting with my State of the Town address. This is the first one I've written for the town. And I'll begin. The start of my term as Warwick's Town Supervisor began January 1st, 2024. 1 year has passed, and I'm extremely proud of the work the town board and I, along with our amazing staff, have done for the town of Warwick. The job has proven to be extremely challenging, yet rewarding beyond words. I took a measured approach to leadership within Town Hall with a plan to observe operations, identify strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and of course, threats within our organization and how it is run. I took over this position from past Supervisor Mike Sweeten, and in doing so, I got an in-depth look at how Mr. Sweeten left the town for the new guy. It is clear that Mr. Sweeten's reputation of being fair, transparent, diligent, and thorough are nothing short of accurate. The town was left in great shape as countless challenges were navigated during unprecedented times, and I feel lucky to have taken over in such a time. Warwick is an amazing place, and we're all working together to make it better for the next generation, just as was done by Mr. Sweeten. The following is a comprehensive summary of accomplishments during 2024, and although it does not scratch the surface on everything done throughout the year, it is a good snapshot of the collaborative efforts by our board and staff to improve Warwick and position our town for years ahead. We invested more than $1 million paving more than 7 linear miles of town roads, as well as paving projects at 3 of our town parks. We applied for and were awarded full grant funding for the nearly $4 million Jane Street Bridge replacement project located in the Village of Florida. We applied for nearly $20 million in grant funding to fully rehab the Wickham Sewer District's treatment plant. We received more than $1 million in grant funding to upgrade infrastructure, handicap accessibility, and facilities at our Airport Park and Mountain Lake Park. We received grant funding to install AEDs at each of our town parks that were previously without state-mandated AEDs. We completed a town-wide cardiac arrest management plan for our town parks and collaborated with our local sports programs on a uniform plan for the safety of our children and all park users. We partnered with a local business to offer recreational opportunities on Wickham Lake, generating revenue for the town, as well as getting more people out on our beautiful lake. Through the sale of excess property within the closed prison property, we were able to distribute $150,000 to each of our town's villages to support local parks and ensure town residents continue to have unrestricted access to parks owned by our villages. We upgraded Town Hall's phone system and internet to fiber optic to ensure streamlined services for staff and a more consistent communication for residents. We strengthened our short-term rental law to further protect the quality of life for our residents. In doing so, generated nearly $100,000 in short-term rental fines and violation fees. We strengthened our film permit laws and processes, and in doing so, generated more than $100,000 in film permit fees in 2024. We started a new program for the town called the Clean Streets Committee, focusing on using volunteers to help clean the streets throughout Warwick. We continued the tradition of hosting Orange County's largest free barbecue with a record attendance of more than 700 seniors. Our police department received more than $400,000 in grants for technology enhancements and equipment, and also ran 2 junior police academies for the kids in our town. We instituted a new policy of police checks of every town park during every shift our officers are out on patrol. We're supporting our police officers and the department with the use of volunteer police chaplain and a volunteer police physician. We broke ground on the grant-funded bike hike trail connecting 2 major park systems within the town. We met the state's unfunded mandates to perform lead service line inventories of our water systems. We brought a new well online in our Pine Island Water District to eliminate long-standing violations for that district. We managed and dealt with 2 natural disasters, including a tornado and the state's largest wildfire in nearly 2 decades. And most importantly, we added new farmland into the Agricultural Protection Overlay District and added 200 acres to the town's protected farmland program known as PDR. As you can see, we had a very aggressive year of infrastructure improvements, youth and senior citizen support, park enhancements, and land preservation in 2024. 2025 is planned to be even more aggressive, and looking ahead, here are some of our plans for the year. We'll be utilizing new technology to evaluate and score all town roads. This process will utilize qualitative and unbiased data to prioritize roadway paving and projects. The public will have online access to all data and will know exactly when their road will be paved and at what cost. We have budgeted nearly $900,000 for paving in 2025. We have increased funding in our budget for youth townwide. We will have a capital projects plan for all long-range funding needs, and this will be made available to the public. We will undertake a comprehensive parks master plan rewrite. We will invest more than $2 million in upgrading our parks this year alone. We will undertake much-needed enhancements in all of our water and sewer districts through an aggressive grant-writing strategy. We will begin live streaming all public meetings, including planning and zoning board meetings. This is in addition to the currently streamed town board meetings. We're nearly complete with major efficiency improvements in our building department, which will include greater public access to information and building needs. We will complete nearly $5 million worth of FEMA-funded bridge and culvert projects to reduce flooding and compromised roadway throughout the town. Route 94 will be paved by New York State, and there will be a roundabout at the intersection of Route 94 and County Route 1. The grant-funded Jane Street Bridge project will be designed and out for bid toward the end of 2025. We're working with Orange and Rockland on the Hudson Valley's largest substation improvement project that will support our local energy grid. We are reactivating the Warwick Conservation Board, and finally, we expect to close on 2 farms, expanding our PDR program to more than 5,000 acres of protected open space within the town of Warwick. I'm incredibly thankful for the support of this town board and the dedicated staff of the town of Warwick. These are not a list of my accomplishments. They are the result of collaboration and commitment by so many. Warwick is an incredibly special place. Our challenges are vast, but our potential is unmatched. Your town board and I will continue doing everything that we can to keep Warwick affordable, strong, clean, and bucolic. It will not be an easy task, but I assure you it will be worth it. I'm looking forward to working with our board, our villages, and our local organizations to continue making Warwick the best place to live for all of us and for generations to come. All right, moving into the fun part, appointments, a good one that I'm very proud of. I will be appointing Russell Cowell as Deputy Supervisor for the town of Warwick at $8,000 during the year 2025 with all powers of the supervisor in accordance with the town law, section 42, and this appointment shall be deemed at will. The town clerk will now swear in Deputy Supervisor Cowell. Come on, Deb, you gotta hold the Bible. Anna, can you take a picture? What's that? Oh, you don't have a phone? That's all right. Okay, Tom's got it. All right.
Just quick, I'd like to thank Jim for all his years of service to the town, and look forward to serving the town in this capacity and to the best of my ability. Thank you.
Thank you, Russ. Going right into liaison appointments, Planning and Zoning, Supervisor Dwyer, Animal Control, Councilman Floyd D'Angelo, Water and Sewer, Supervisor Dwyer, Police, Councilman Cole, Technology Coordinator, Councilman Mattingly, Recycling, Councilman Mattingly, Public Works, Councilman Schuback, Parks, Councilman Schuback, Recreation, Councilman Cole, Chamber of Commerce, Councilman Mattingly, Friendly Visitor Program, Councilman D'Angelo, Labor Management Relations, Councilman Cole, Claims Coordinator, Clerk Astorino, Airport, Councilman D'Angelo, Town Board Liaison of the Village of Warwick, Mattingly, Village of Greenwood Lake, D'Angelo, Village of Florida, Schuback, and recently added Town Board Liaison of the Hamlet of Pine Island, Councilman Cole. At this time, I'll make a motion to accept the elected official's salary. Supervisor, $80,000, Town Clerk, $67.20, Records Management Officer, $4,150, Councilman, $12,250 each, Justice, $30,000 each, Receiver of Taxes, $46,660.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to appoint Supervisor Dwyer as Budget Director for a pay rate of $15,000 per year.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to appoint Bonnie Kane, Comptroller, as Budget Assistant for a stipend of $2,000 for 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to appoint Supervisor Dwyer and Councilman Tom Mattingly as the Town of Warwick Audit Committee for 2025 with no additional compensation provided. Town Law 42.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to appoint Supervisor Dwyer as Police Commissioner for 2025 with no additional compensation provided as per Town Law 150.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to appoint Eileen Astorino, Town Clerk, as Registrar of Vital Statistics at a salary of $1,500, and Carolyn Perda as Deputy Registrar of Vital Statistics at a salary of $564.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to appoint Supervisor Dwyer as Collector of Sewer and Water Rents at no additional compensation.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
You guys were really quick to give that one up.
Motion to appoint Classic Cleaning as Town of Warwick Cleaners at a pay rate of approved 2025 rate schedule submitted with bid.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. I make a motion to appoint KeyBank, JP Morgan Chase, formerly the Bank of New York, Orange Bank and Trust, Webster Bank, formerly Sterling Bank, New York Class, and Connect One Bank to be designated as the official depositories of the banks of Town of Warwick.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion that part-time help be paid at a rate of not less than $16.50 per hour and no more than $35 per hour, depending on qualifications and experience, with the town board establishing the salary of any person hired.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion that David Decker, Linda Lupinski, and Neil Ryan be appointed bailiffs and be compensated at a rate of $19.50 per hour.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion that part-time dispatchers be compensated at the rate up to $21.50 per hour when needed, with the town board establishing the salary of any one person hired.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion that the part-time highway laborers be compensated at a rate of $16.50 to $18 per hour, with the town establishing the salary of any person hired.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to appoint Richard Caziola as Bingo and Games of Chance Inspector, and that compensation be at a rate of $17.43 per hour.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Make a motion that a $700 fuel allotment be granted to each of the following veterans organizations: VFW Post 4662, Warwick; American Legion Post 214, Warwick; American Legion Post 1250, Florida; American Legion Post 1443, Greenwood Lake; and the PLAV Post 16, Pine Island.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to appoint Sue Gardner as Town Historian and Alan Held as Deputy Town Historian at no compensation except for mileage and expenses.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried, and I do want to congratulate Alan Held, our new Deputy Town Historian. He's present. I want to thank you very much for your willingness to step up and help the town. Thank you. Congratulations.
Motion to appoint John Buckheit, Buckheit Partners LLP, and Robert E. Krahulik, Esquire, as attorneys for the town of Warwick at a pay rate of $225 per hour. Duties to include general legal representation for the town as well as code prosecution in the town court.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to appoint John Bolenbach, Esquire, J&G Law, LLP, Jaspin Schleisinger, LLP, Bluestein, Shapiro, Frank, and Barone, LLP, as special counsel for each firm's approval of the 2025 rate schedule to handle matters required by the supervisor and town board, which appointments shall be deemed as at will.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. I make a motion to appoint Thomas Drohan, Waxman, Pettigrew, and Mail, LLP, as Labor Counsel as per said firm's approved 2025 rate schedule, which appointments shall be deemed at will.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
I, Town Clerk Eileen Astorino, appoint Carolyn Purda and Melissa Stevens as Deputy Town Clerks at no additional compensation to act for me during the year 2025 with all the powers of the Town Clerk.
Second.
They do a great job. Put that on the record.
That does not require any acceptance by the town board, so those appointments are confirmed. I make a motion to pay Deputy Town Clerk Melissa Stevens and Carolyn Purda $46.53 per hour for the year 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. I would like to ask our Receiver of Taxes, Anna Cans, to make an appointment.
Anna Cans, appoint Carol Marion and Debbie Carmody as deputy receivers of taxes at no additional compensation for act on their behalf during the 2025 election with all the powers of the taxes.
Thank you. The town board accepts your appointment. I make a motion to pay the Receiver of Taxes part-time employees Carol Marion at $22.50 per hour, Debbie Carmody at $19 per hour, and Brenda Falls at $22.50 per hour.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion that all employees and town officials be reimbursed at the IRS rate when using their own vehicles on official town business.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to appoint Susan Barron, Joan Schmeck, Christine Farmer, Liam O'Dwyer, Matthew Sanick, Caitlin Roberti, and Samantha August as Town of Warwick Animal Control Officers for 2025.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to appoint Stephen M. Brown as financial and budget advisor to the town of Warwick as per 2025 rate schedule, which appointments shall be deemed to be at will.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to adopt a resolution setting salary for part-time dial-a-bus drivers at $23 per hour.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion that the salary for DBMW Commissioner Benjamin Astorino will be at $106,087 for the year 2025.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion that the salary for Deputy DPW Commissioner Matthew McPherson will be at $98,325 for the year 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion that the salary for Deputy DPW Commissioner William Rowe will be at $70,242 for the year 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. I make a motion that the salary for Assessor Deborah Urick will be $108,582 for the year 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to appoint Deborah Yorick, Town Assessor, as the administrator of the STAR program for the year 2025 at a salary of $2,075 per year.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to pay the town board, the Town of Warwick Court Clerk Lori Mosier $41.10 per hour, and Nicole Terrazona at $31.97 per hour for the year 2025.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. I make a motion that the town board meetings be held in the Town Hall Meeting Room, 132 Kings Highway, Town of Warwick, on Thursdays in accordance with the following proposed meeting date schedule, as listed in the agenda and as will be published online.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. And just for the record, these meetings mostly, they're going to be switched from 7:30 PM to 7 PM. Some meetings are at 1 o'clock. and most of those are to just process bills.
Motion that the town board workshops be held in the Town Hall Meeting Room, 132 Kings Highway, Town of Warwick, and 1.5 hours before the town board meetings.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to appoint Eileen Astorino, Town Clerk, as Secretary of the Town Board for a stipend of $2,500 for 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. I make a motion that planning board meetings to be held on the first and third Wednesdays except holidays at 7 p.m. Meetings will be held in the Town Hall Meeting Room, 132 Kings Highway, in the town of Warwick.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to appoint Robert E. Krahulik as planning board attorney at a rate of $300 per hour.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion that the planning board chairman be compensated at a rate of $4,250 per year, and that members of the planning board be compensated at the rate of $3,250 per year, this monetary compensation being in lieu of mileage and other incidental expenses.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. I make a motion to appoint Henningsen, Durham, and Richardson, P.C. as planning board engineer for the rate of as per the approved 2025 rate schedule, which appointments shall be deemed at will.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to appoint Nelson Pope Voorhees as Town of Warwick Senior Planning Consultant as per the approved 2025 rate schedule for all planning board application review work and for all other town-related work, which appointment shall be deemed at will.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion
Motion to
carried.
appoint Benjamin Astorino as chairman of this planning board for 2025.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Sorry, Ben. Motion carried.
Motion to appoint Mark Malasay as chairman of the Zoning Board of Appeals for 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to appoint Jeremy Havens as attorney for the zoning board of appeals at a yearly retainer of $7,800, which appointment shall be deemed to be at will.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion that meetings of the Zoning Board of Appeals be held on the fourth Monday of each month at 7:30 p.m. in the Town Hall Meeting Room, 132 Kings Highway, and the Town of Warwick.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion that the zoning board of appeals chairman is compensated at a rate of $650 per year, and that the members of the zoning board of appeals be compensated at a rate of $475 per year. Monetary compensation being in legal mileage and incidental expenses.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to appoint Mary Garcia as Zoning Board of Appeals Recording Secretary at a rate of $18.50 per hour.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to adopt a resolution that 25% of the salaries in the supervisor's office be paid from the funds of the water districts and the sewer district of the Town of Warwick.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. I appoint Melissa Puzo as a confidential secretary.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion that the salary of supervisor confidential secretary Melissa Zubo be at the rate of $52,000 for this year, 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to adopt a resolution to recommend that the County of Orange, that Supervisor Jesse Dwyer be appointed as local emergency manager and DPW Commissioner Benjamin Astorino as deputy local emergency manager at no additional compensation.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. I make a motion to appoint MHE as engineer, deputy code enforcement, building inspector for the town as per the approved 2025 rate schedule, which appointments shall be deemed at will.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to appoint Delaware Engineering as sewer engineering consultants, which appointment shall be deemed to be at will.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to authorize the DPW Commissioner to assist the local municipalities when needed, and in turn, they will assist us at no additional cost to the Town of Warwick.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to approve the public officials' faithful performance blanket bond of the Selective Insurance Company policy number B6010-335, listing the supervisor at $155,000 the receiver of taxes at $2,712,383, and all other officials at $50,000 each.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to authorize the receiver of taxes to establish bank accounts with Webster Bank for deposit of tax collection.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to authorize the town clerk to establish a bank account with the Webster Bank for town clerk deposits of town clerk fees.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to appoint Jesse Dwyer, John Johansson, Michael Newhard, James E. Gerstner, Ariana Dalton, and Kelly Kelm as the Town of Warwick marriage officers for 2025.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. I make a motion to appoint Eileen Astorino, Town Clerk, to the position of Records Management Officer for 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to accept the investment policy of the town of Warwick as adopted on January 24th, 1993.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to adopt a resolution to accept the Town of Warwick procurement policy and procedure as adopted on January 4th, 1993, and amended on January 3rd, 1995, June 11th, 2015, and December 12th, 2024.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to appoint the Derlin Agency, Sealy and Derlin, Inc., as risk managers and financial broker for the town of Warwick for a 2-year term to expire December 31, 2026.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to appoint ground control as a town of Warwick emergency contractor as per the approved 2025 rate schedule submitted with the bid.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. I make a motion to increase the stipend for each of the town's 3 Board of Assessment Review members from $325 to $400 beginning 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. As you can see, that's where a lot of our business is conducted, and the work is set. Yes, what did I forget? I love that Bonnie comes to these meetings. It's perfect. Thank you. Okay. And Lois. Okay. 11. All right. I make a motion that we rescind, that we amend resolution number 11 to read the appointments for bailiffs in the town court will be David Decker, Linda Lupinski, Lois Waslowski-Caziola, and Stephen Helmrich at a rate of $19.50 per hour.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you, Bonnie. All right, that concludes our reorganization meeting. I, again, appreciate everybody. I appreciate the new Deputy Supervisor, Russ. I can't thank enough Jim Gerstner, the outgoing Deputy Supervisor. He stayed on for my first year, which was very important for me to have some continuity. In addition to the knowledge of this board, Jim was always there for me anytime I needed him, anytime I called him, and he was always here at Town Hall. Everybody was very familiar with him, so we thank Jim for his time and his service to not only me, but the town of Warwick. Our town board meeting is going to be on January 9th, and that is at 1 o'clock? 1 p.m. right here in the town hall. That'll be preceded by a workshop, which is open to the public, up to 90 minutes before the meeting. At this time, I make a motion that we close the reorganization meeting for 2025.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Thanks, everybody.